And we're live. Hello, my name is Nicholas. Nick. Nikolai. I don't know, bro. But I'm very sick. We're gonna do some Monday morning mindfulness. It's a good week. I'm trying to do this streaming stuff. So, if you happen to catch it, we're gonna do a little bit of meditation, and then I'm gonna talk about the mind and whatever comes up, whatever whoever's watching needs to hear, essentially. Yeah. So, if you're new to meditation, we're going to do a visualization this morning. Quite easy, simple. Just get comfortable. Find a position to sit in. Find somewhere you can be quite unattentive to your surroundings and get comfortable. It's somewhat preferable to have the head, neck, and like pelvis align, so just that you're sitting in a straight kind of line. Other than that, you're all good to go. See, I'm a bit sick, so just give me one moment. Just get comfortable. If we come into alignment and just bring your attention to your breathing. Just feel the in and out breath wherever you feel it. And just gently close your eyes whenever you feel comfortable. So now that we're getting still, just bring your attention back to the breath. And just wherever you notice it. If it helps, you can note the breath in and out, in and out. Or you can focus on the breath, on one on the in-breath and one on the out-breath. 2 on the in-breath, 2 on the out-breath. If you ever lose count or notice you're not saying in and out, just come back to that. Back to the breath. Just breathing in and out. And just picture yourself in the center of your chest. Just be the awareness of of the center of your chest. Still breathing in and out. Breathing in and out of the center. Picture yourself sitting in the middle of your chest, calm, still, and radiant. Just the energetics that makes you, you. The next breath in, that being grows larger and larger until it fills your body perfectly. That being of light fills your body. Just let the energy vibrate inside you. Feel the light all over your body. Just releasing tension. Now as this being, the next in-breath, expand, grow bigger and bigger until you fill the space you're in, your head far above you, your body beneath the floor, beneath the ground, your physical body inside you, your environment inside you, all the other beings in this space are within you. My voice within you. I'll expand and expand, cover the whole continent with your being, made of pure light, pure awareness. Everything inside you, and expanding further, the whole earth in your belly, the whole solar system within you. You fill and fill and fill the universe with your being. The whole universe in you is one. Just let the boundaries between self and other dissipate. Just here. Just here. I'll come back. The light and the dark. Your being of pure light shrinking down through the universe. Smaller and smaller. The earth is within you, And come back down right to that first form, just above you, just above your head. Now this being back in form, back on earth, back above you. Look within yourself at who you thought you were when you started. Look upon that form, that body, with love, with compassion, with excitement, with joy. Look within you and see yourself. Bless yourself. Wish the best for yourself. Shrink back down into your body and then come right back into the chest, into your heart, into your hridayam, the spiritual heart, the heart jewel, the heart cave. You can rest in here knowing who you really are. Mind, body, spirit, form, no form, all the same. Bring your attention back to your breath. And just notice the quality of your attention. Breathing in and breathing out. Notice the sounds around you. Notice the space you're in. Start to feel your body again. Feel your toes, your hands, arms and the legs, the torso all the way up the spine and the chest, the neck, the face, the back of the head, all the way up. And in your own time, open your eyes. Just take a second to get here. I'm gonna have a drink. Yeah. Man, that felt good. I felt really good. I got to do a little bit of practice this morning before going about my life, and yeah, that felt really nice. I feel much quieter, much more open, much more receptive, much less reactive. Yeah, that felt really good. So I'm not sure what to talk about today, but I'm really distracted by my phones. I think we're going to talk about fear. We're going to talk about I was having a conversation with my friend this morning just about life and how it seems as if we all kind of tend to run away from what is the thing that we should do, and we tend to just perpetuate the drama in our lives. So many people I meet seem to just kick on this perpetual looking in the day and in their experience for why their day is fucked up. And it's like they put all this energy into looking at what's fucked up and how they've been hard done by and how you fucked them over, and it's like, man, I like being comfortable as much as the next dude, but like, fuck, that's a miserable way to keep consistency. And I think it stems from a fear, like a real deep down fear. And I was talking to my friend earlier about, like, she's saying to me that she's trying to quiet down, she's trying to do it herself, she's trying to stop rushing for external things. But it's hard, because it's like completely against anything that we've been taught to maybe pause and sit with yourself. Even though I think now most people intellectually like understand that. Like, people go to therapy for so long before they'll even sit with themselves. And they're like, therapy is the way around actually sitting and doing the fucking work you've got to do on yourself to begin with. I find it really interesting. Just getting to be here, watching all the people that I know go kind of one or two ways. Figure out what's making them miserable, and then doing quite diligently everything to avoid that. Or, you know, they've found themselves miserable and then just spiraling towards that. And then there's people who I think are pulling and pushing either side, and it's hard to grasp one or the other. So there's always a struggle. They're always struggling up a hill, basically. For me, I think I had a pretty sweet life. I had some like regular sad things happen, but up until I was 18, 19, nothing crazy had really happened in my life, considering, touching wood, all the possibilities. I think I, from a young age, was just hyper aware. I think I've got that part of ADHD, hypersensitive, I think that's why a lot of kids like Spider-Man, because Spidey sense makes so much sense. And I think now that I have some kind of spiritual framework, I still think I might be wired a bit high strung, but at least it makes sense. That thing that would like tap my shoulder, and it would kind of knock my shoulder. But I think for most people it kind of says like, hey, maybe you shouldn't do that, or maybe you should go do this. Has spun through a couple times for me, and always been very hyper. Kind of everything was glimmering at me in a way, looking at me, being like, hey, there's something more here. God, I hate being sick. But the older I got, I noticed how habitually fearful I become. And especially at like this age, you know, I'm like early 20s, looking around and feeling everybody else, and then just all of my reactions or actions, so much of it is just rooted in fear. And it's not the realistic fear of like being chased down the fucking street by a dog, or, you know, the in the moment, the actual feeling of fear. It's an emotion. It's a constant background hum that something might not go to plan, with the complete lapse of any fucking reason behind the idea of like, of course it's fucking not all solid, bro. It's just vibrating. It's all just happening. None of it's fucking stable, man. As much as it all seems real, the microphone seems like it's here, like it's just patterns energy. And if I leave the room, fly to a different country, this microphone doesn't really exist. Not to me, not in any tangible way. It kind of looks like it's here to you, but you've seen the AI. I think you could animate this and have it look like this pretty easily. It's not a crazy camera, it's just an iPhone. But so much of that fear is created through thought, which I think is quite interesting, because I think it's so... Fear really, when it's useful, is very real. It's like essentially it puts your attention in reality so far so that you live. But we live in a world where most of the fear created is created in thought, which isn't real. It is. It's probably the most real. But in terms of here, this is stuff. This is matter. Here we are. These are sounds. This is moving through matter. All the things I'm saying to you aren't really thoughts. They're sounds that we interpret and translate, I guess, into thoughts. But essentially, this is all matter. And we create so much fear through our thoughts. We're always worried about outcomes and things that clearly aren't real. The future is just out there and never comes. It's always something that's moving or somewhat removed from us. And the fear stems from, I think, a basic misunderstanding of like foreground, background. We're looking at our life, like our bodies and who we are, and it's like we're holding it, and we've got to keep it cool, or it's gonna melt in our hands. But if we just swap the foreground with the background, we understand that we're it holding thought. And we, I think, have been lucky enough to evolve our consciousness to this point where we can think and abstract ideas and create fucking microphones and cameras and internets and photos and phones and the fucking YouTube and headphones and even just books, man. Like, fucking this is the craziest invention. And it just keeps getting faster and faster and faster. And it's spiraling out of control or into control, but I think both of those words aren't really relevant when you swap the foreground background. It's just going. And if you stand in neither of them, that's where it's great. You get to kind of just let both of them kind of... Ooh. But most of us basically are enslaved by our mind, screaming at us like, you're gonna die, it's fucking over, like, holy shit, the whole thing's and it's like, whoa, wait a minute, everything here is basically keeping me alive. Everything, every last bit of it, even the bits that you don't think so, even the people you think are fucking out to get you, ultimately are holding the whole thing together. Because it couldn't be any other way. Like, we can argue about it and say certain things are wrong and bad. Like, I don't know if anyone gets asked, like, is Hitler evil? Like, that's a pretty easy answer. Yeah. And that's just logic. Let's just go off. Let's look at history and look at things, and let's just go like, yeah, it was pretty fucked up. Whatever's true, but we can get into conspiracies if you want, but the dude clearly killed a fuckload of people and was just genuinely misguided and hateful in his being. But we needed that. We had to have, because we are here. We needed that to get here, because if it was different, we would be somewhere so different. So here we are. I was kind of saying this on the video I did the other day, but the ultimate forgiveness. We've run out of We could have kind of fought wars over this over the last 50 years and figured something out. We don't have time for that anymore. We basically just have to put all the shit aside right now and forgive everything. And we'll get to that later, but I think ultimately a really good step in that direction is let's drop a little bit of the fear. There's nothing to be worried about. It's all good. Because what's going to happen? What happens if it all just completely changes? Yeah, it changes, but that's the foreground thing I'm saying. If we flip, the thing that just changed is background. It's a mild change, essentially, in the grand scheme of things. And then drilling into fear more, I think it essentially comes from the idea that we are separate. Or the misconception, I think, that we're separate. I think clearly on one level, like, I can jump and be pretty disconnected from everything except the air around me. I've jumped out of a plane before, it was pretty cool. And it was like, oh, wow. Clearly, this body system is quite independent of the thing around it, but it's also so clearly just part of it. I think there's like 30 trillion cells in everybody's body, and we look at how big the universe is and how big we are. It's like, bro, clearly we're just part of this thing. And I think the more we can kind of relax and start seeing the world that way and in the way that we did before, that's kind of what we're doing here. It's just shifting our perspective. When you look around at the world and you see it all as within you, what's there to be afraid of? It's like being in a dream or a video game, or you can write a story and know that you can delete it. That's this. And life's pretty serious. That's why I think we all need to kind of come to this conclusion. The thinking that it's all inward and that everything's going to turn out okay, like, it's not a naive thing. It's quite crucial that we rapidly do this as a species, because we're currently fucking lighting ourselves on fire and like wondering why our hands burning and we can't do the things that we used to be able to do. So I think that's essentially what I'm here for, because I'm scared to do this. Not overly, but like, nobody watched this and I've been talking for 30 minutes and someone might see it soon, but nobody watched it when it was live, I think. And that's good for me, because I don't want anyone to watch this. But I think I have to. I keep hearing that I clearly have to share what I've found along the path, as well as, and this is like my kind of life at the moment, it's just screaming at me, do. So instead of listening to someone talk about the kind of things that I'm talking about, I'm going to be the one talking about them to you. And then hopefully people start listening to this. And I think it's coming. I think a really crucial thing that I've learnt that's helping me a lot is the difference between faith and belief. Belief is cool, but it's childish, and we need to regain some innocence. Belief is a great kind of gateway towards things, but faith is a knowing. Faith is a knowing that that's where the power comes from. It's not, I hope this happens. It's, I'm grateful, because it's already happened and I know it's gonna happen. But the time thing, like the faith kind of outdoes time. Faith is, I'm grateful that happened, past, present, future, any, and then just sitting with that. Yeah, at the end of the day, fear will only be beat with love. And even that, like, the words don't fit, because love doesn't beat, love just is. And everybody loves. Everybody's a child of someone, and everybody will either have kids or meet someone younger than them ever in their life. And even if not, you have the knowledge that there are younger people here. We just need to care for each other. Get lost in love. That'll be my meditation homework. If you are bored after watching this, meditate like the people that are wrote about in religions, like Jesus and all the saints, Krishna, Shiva, all the stories of realized beings, Buddha, like all of those, meditate like they did. And I think the best way that's been described to me is they were lost in love. All the acts that they do, they're not trying to be selfless. It's just when you act completely in love, the self, because it's all love. So what are you gonna fix, save, do? You just act, because there's nothing else to do. That's where I'm at. Hopefully next time I see you, might be later today, I'll be less sick. If not, shit. Also, if anyone does watch this at any point, would you be interested in watching a live stream of a cafe, a little coffee bar? Because I'm thinking maybe doing that, because that'll be fun. Have some customer interaction, I don't know. Yeah. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you've had a blessed day. Namaste. Om Shiva Shakara Hari Hari Ganja. Om Mane Padme Hum. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, baby. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. If anyone watches this, give me some feedback. I'm trying to make communities, bro.